Okay, dude, we haven't moved our camera like at all yet. Where's the intensity at? Where's the discipline?
Well, so I was kind of reliant on my mid laner. He's like my best friend who lives in LA, but he came and visited yesterday. He used to be Diamond, I mean, this was years ago.
Sure, okay.
But he was Diamond Talon one trick. He hit Diamond once. He didn't like, he's not a Diamond player.
And then, whoa, what is this pathing? So their jungler ganks top and you decide to go top here? No, honest, I'm about to quit this VOD. What the fuck am I watching?
Well, I think it's because I wanted to kill the Riven. I think that was it. I freaking shouldn't have gone at all.
See low health enemy, run it low health enemy. Like, dude, actually, if you go bottom here, the game is pretty much over. Because you just showed top, nothing happened. Yeah, Set TP'd, he doesn't really lose anything. Like, Set loses pretty much nothing here. And Yi showed, so you just clear bottom, and then you go this way, you get Dragon, or you get a successful bot gank. Like, you're just winning on this play. You went from a win-win no matter what, to a lose. Or I guess this is a coin flip, because like if she stays and you get the kill, and then... Actually, even then
it's either going to be nothing, or it's going to be just like one kill.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so we go from a win-win to nothing. And I am convinced this is because we're not like paying attention. Was this the one before the Belveth game? It was. No, that's not a coincidence.
Yeah, this was like game 11.
How did you feel in this game? Because it looks like really lazy.
Not the greatest at all. I mean,
yeah. So you need to learn how to feel that a little bit. Because if you feel that, you need to kind of take a step back. When I feel like this, but I know I still want to play games, what I'll do is I'll go get the blood flowing. I'll go outside, or I'll just do some push-ups. Push-ups are my favorite, dude. Push-ups are so fucking OP. I'm telling you, they are so OP. Especially if you don't want to do them. If you can just get your butt to get on the ground and crank out 20 push-ups, it sucks. But if you can do that, like your next game, you get like plus 10 intensity automatically.
Dang.
Like it's so good, man. Okay. Yeah, so these games where we feel like just do something to snap you out of this. Step one, we have to recognize when we feel like this. These games where we feel sluggish, or you're like, I should be moving my camera on, I know I should, but I'm just not, or I'm feeling too tired or whatever. That can't happen. We need to recognize that next time you feel this, whatever was happening this game, because like I can imagine the Belveth game looked very similar.
Oh, it was worse.
I'm guessing these Shyvana games look similar too, especially this one. I bet this one's the exact same problem. I bet we just played on autopilot the whole time. This one, you actually have... I'm kind of surprised you weren't able to carry this one.
Well, yeah, that one, it was so close, honestly.
Whoa, was it? Okay. So,
and then just one, literally, my duo partner, Pustelin, he got caught out, and that ended the game. Literally, we were like even all game, like gold-wise. And then just like he gets caught out, we all get destroyed. They get Baron, end the game.
But yeah, so like right now, seriously, our biggest problem is just stressing ourselves. If we feel like we can't stress ourselves, then we need to recognize that and do something about it. Like this game just looks like watching my girlfriend play, and she's played like 2 games in her whole life. She doesn't even know what the buttons do. I'll tell her to flash and she yells at me, I don't know what that is. You know what's funny? I bet if there's a way to measure the percentage of the game you had your camera locked, I bet the games where your camera locked are games where you perform worse. Like the more your camera is locked, the worse you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like your camera's just been perma-locked this whole game. And why did this happen?
Because I was coin flipping instead of farming.
Because you started your path here and you had nothing else to do. Right, so you have nothing else to do. All of a sudden, you like, it's really bad.
All of a sudden, I'm lost.
Yeah, this is like bronze level pathing. Like, what on earth possessed you to go this way? Whenever we're talking about pathing, and you play perma-clear champion, so it's pretty simple. If we're playing Yi and Belveth and Amumu, it's like, okay, what do you want to do? So what do you want to do here?
I want to be clearing and ganking.
Yeah, you're like, well, I kind of want to, counter gank mid lane. So let's go to mid lane in the way that has the most camps. You just have to go like this.
Yeah.
right? And then these camps will be up, and then you can be like, okay, let's clear bottom. And then you want to be thinking about your path all of the time. You want to think, where is the next camp? Where's the next camp? Where's the next camp? What do I want to do? What are all the camps in the way? What's the next thing I want to do, right? Constantly. Like this might help keep our intensity up. It literally every 5 seconds just says the word map. So every time the word map goes off, and then we can actually use this for other things as we improve. But like for right now, every 5 seconds, each time it ticks, you're just going to do the thing that you're working on. So right now it would be like move your camera, or it would be like, you know, hit tab, or ask yourself what's the next camp, or what's the next play, right? So try that for your next game, or if you're going to play tonight, to make sure we're playing with intensity, put that on, and every time that goes off, do like stress yourself. Yeah, and it will remind you. Because have you ever done like meditation or anything?
No.
Okay. For like very beginner meditation, basically what it is it's just trying to not think. Like that's what meditation is. It's just not thinking at the very root of it. And if you try to not think, like just try really quick for like 30 seconds. Just try to not think, and I'm gonna ask you about this after.
All right.
So here, let me start a timer, and then just try to not think for the timer, and then we're gonna talk after it. Okay, go. Okay, so what did you notice?
That was way faster 30 seconds than I thought.
Yeah, it was pretty quick. How did you go about it?
I literally just closed my eyes and like took deep breaths.
Exactly, right? You focused on your breath, and then kind of no thoughts happened. And then did a thought pop up? Did your mind drift at all?
It wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So that's what these drills is like. Trying to improve League is like, first of all, if you're going to focus, you have to focus on something. You can't just say, I'm going to play League and then queue up and then like be focused. You have to have something to focus on. If you just say, I'm not going to think, right? Like, what does that mean? You have to think about something. Right? So that's why when we start with meditating, we do start with taking deep breaths. And you knew that intuitively, which is great. I thought maybe you were going to come out of it like, I don't know, dude, I was still thinking, how do you not think? It's like, yeah, you take deep breaths. So yeah, you have to focus on something. So like in these games, we want to focus on something. Right. And right now, I'm giving you a couple of things to focus on, right? We're talking about, you know, camera panning. We're talking about like asking what's the next step. We're thinking like next camp. Like there's a bajillion things to be thinking about, right? So whenever your mind wants to wander, or whenever it wants to stop thinking about League and think about something else, you need to kind of catch it, say stop, let's refocus in on the breath.
Right.
The more that we can be present in this moment, the faster you will climb. In that podcast where Fawn was like, we all know what to do, and like we know the concepts, we just don't execute it. That's so incredibly true. Like, honest, you're a smart guy and you've been exposed to so much information. I know you know. You know I know you know.
True.
Right? Like,
and you've told me, so I know.
And I've told you, and I've written it down for you. Right? So, like, there's so many things.
Still trolling.
And we're still not climbing. Yeah, and actually, we're seeing good progress right now, which is awesome. The way that we're going to maintain it, be present in the moment and be present with your learning objectives. If you notice your brain kind of wandering, so when I used to play table tennis, I was like a top level player, right? And I'd go to tournaments and stuff. And in matches, I'd just be like thinking about random shits. And after the match, like I'd be like, man, I'm hungry. Or like sometimes even in between points. And then my coach would be like, what the fuck were you doing? And I'm like, I don't know, I was thinking about lunch. You cannot be effective like that. So the way that you work on that is like, first of all, like meditating is a powerful weapon, and the fundamentals of meditation, it basically teaches you how to direct your focus. If that's something that sounds interesting, that's something that I would recommend trying out. The idea of it is every time you notice your brain wanders, refocus it in on our current learning objectives, right? And then be very, very intent, very focused. Eventually you'll enter a flow state where you're just constantly thinking about these things and you don't have to ask yourself all the time, but sometimes that won't come. So what you have to do is you have to keep reminding yourself, brain, we're focusing on moving our camo, we're focusing on clearing the camps, we're focusing on high CS. And if you don't have that habit built up yet and you don't know how to catch yourself from refocusing, that's what the interval timer is used for.
Oh, dude, watch this play.
Okay.
Dude, I'm smurfing.
All right.
I actually 99% thought that I was dead. I was like, well, I'm dead. And then I kill him, and I'm like, wait, what?
Bro, you so could have flashed away here. You so could have just flashed over the wall.
I know. I greeted because I was like, oh, I have full conqueror. I'm going to heal immensely. And then I just die.
He said I have full conqueror. That's funny.
Dude, there were like a couple times during these games that like a Mumu deals an outrageous amount of damage.
Yeah, a Mumu is powerful.
Like unexpected amounts of damage.
These AP tanks, buy Dark Seal on them too when you can. Because you get Sunfire at Dark Seal and you're like one-shotting ADCs. It's so fucking stupid, man.
I'm like, oh no, he's coming for me.
Yeah, that was.
And I get my back off. It's lit.
Yeah, nice escape. Okay, at this point, I'm kind of not interested in the rest of the game.
Fair.
Okay, who's their jungler? This game already looks better than the last game, by the way. I can't even tell you why, because you're not moving your camera like that crazy amount, but it just feels stronger.
Yeah, I'm clearly more in focus.
Yeah, and I have no clue because it's been 3 minutes. I guess you are moving your camera a little bit more. But the feeling from this is just so much more resilient, so much stronger. Feels like you're in the right mental to compete here. Like you're ready to compete. It's funny because people think that climbing is this really hard, complicated thing. And it is hard, but it's relatively simple. If you know you win when you do something, you should probably do that thing. Like this dragon is not worth it. Wow.
And
did she take that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, no. And he just finished Herald. You could have done Dragon after clearing these camps, and your camps would respawn. Like you were delaying the time that your camps respawn. That's so significant because you do it constantly. And that's why your CS gets so behind. But look, now we just skipped a camp. So not only does that lose us our camp now, but it also loses us the potential of the next camp because it's not respawning, right?
Right.
And then its XP is lower because of this. Life sucks because we're skipping wolves here. I hate this. If you just cleared like a normal person and went wolves, blue, gromp, and then popped out down here and then did your stuff and ran around and got red buff and then did dragon as it spawned, the game is over. Right? That's why I boost on Shyvana when I play in the CLO. Because you can just power farm, and if you're doing it efficiently, you can't lose. But also, if you're doing it efficiently, you can still have the interaction you want because they're going to give it to you in the CLO. If we're playing Shyvana in Masters, we have a lot more of forcing and stuff we have to do. But here, no, just power farm. Power farm, power farm, power farm. Every game, stress yourself. Yeah, so it's the same exact thing. Oh yeah, how have the warm-ups been, by the way?
Good.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
That's the core thing that I've been doing before I even start a block.
Yeah, good. And that's what it's meant for. Before you play your first game, get yourself back in the mindset. I made a video on it. I think it's scheduled for a couple days or something. So that I appreciate bringing that problem up. I think it's a good thing to make a video on. If you look up league warm-ups, there's nothing. But yeah. We keep showing first, and we basically turn the game into a flip.
Yeah, it typically ends up in me being Deadge.
Yeah, exactly, right? We were a power farming jungle, flipping games at 3 minutes.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy. But have you seen how juicy Timo looks?
Yeah, you seen that Timo?
Sure.
Dude, I swear he was asking me to gank him.
By
he
killing
actually added me on Facebook and then DM'd me using my Instagram.
Gank top, I'll win trade for you.
Literally. That's what he said.
I believe it.
Except I misread it and he said, "Will you win trade for me?" And so that was my bad. Will you trade for me? Come gank top. He was telling me what to do bad, and I did it, and then it was the whole thing.
Woofs, yeah.
I reported
Makes sense.
For win trade.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it was his fault, not mine.
But yeah, the last thing is we need to just start noticing when our intensity drops off. Notice that feeling of It's almost like, what's a good word? It's almost
idle.
Complacency. Idle? That's a good word. Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Like I'm letting the car just drive forward. I'm not.
Yes, that's
anything.
really, really good. When we feel this, redirect to the game. Breathe, deep breath, stretches. I call it shaking it out. Shaking it out. Yeah, so this is in the moment. Like, so let's say you're in a game.
So
like,
real quick, you got 10-second death timer because you just ran it down into a Teemo top lane.
Or you're clearing and you're like, man, I kind of want this game to be over. But we're in the game. So we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to stretch your wrist a little bit. And then like shaking it out. Like this is just like shaking your hands a little bit. And what this does, it's almost like getting the blood flowing, but in like a micro sense almost. Like, do you go to the gym at all?
Totally. Just kidding, I don't.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, like when you lift, oftentimes, when your muscles start to like feel dead on you, oftentimes like shaking them out like helps kind of wake them up a little bit. So it's like same idea.
Yeah.
Shake it out a little before next game. If we play again, get the blood flowing. Whether this means going outside, get up from PC, hydrates, eat if hungry, like all of these things, right?
Go boxing. I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever
go
like
like beat up
some
like
Teemo players.
Yeah, just like get up and do something else for like 5 minutes, and you will be so much more effective in your next game. Or just don't play. Like that's if you're idling and you have ran out of mental energy for the day, because you worked and you're tired or whatever, or some days are just like that. Fucking go watch Netflix. Go beat your dick off. I don't know. Just don't queue up again.
Yeah, I mean, I'll queue up for TFT.
Sure, play TFT.
I can hit masters in TFT idle.
We can idle masters in TFT. Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so I think you're doing good. I like with your gameplay is looking solid. It's just make sure you're in the game and you're playing it, and you're doing great. You're climbing. We're seeing some good results finally. We're getting there.
Yes. I'm a halfway goal too. That's the highest I've been this season.
Yes, sir. Let's go. And we're gonna take this momentum and we're gonna run with it. Because remember, gold 2 is not the goal. Platinum's not the goal. The goal is to see that consistent improvement. So let's keep doing it. Let's get in the moment. Let's shake it out. Let's keep going. Right. Otherwise, I'm out, dude. If you're gonna play some games, good luck. If not, have a good night. I'm out. Peace.
Sounds good. Peace. Beautiful. So lots of things that I need to learn and get better at. I need to keep myself in focus, keep me in check, because my mind just wanders. It just goes off to freaking Pluto or way up there to Uranus. That's not a good place to be in the middle of a league game. So clean it up like something clean. But thank you all so much for watching. Have a good night. Goodbye.